Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. Thank you very much for joining me in this video, and once again we are in Springfield. You might be getting sick of Springfield at this point in time, thinking why is it always in Springfield? But if you have a look right here, you will see that this junction is now a lot more complicated than it used to be, and things have changed. Now the reason I have done that is because I want to get some trains out of the depot, which is right near the is it the woodcutter's yard or whatever they call it? I'm not sure actually what that section is. The forest, I think it is the forest. It is right near the forest, and I am looking to get trains out of there for our new express line. So if you look down here, you can see in front we have railway over bridges, over railways, over tunnels. There is a lot going on here, but in today's video I'm going to show you this in a little bit more detail, and then we are going to jump on board one of the trains and see what our express run is like and how many passengers decide to use our train from Miami to Newport News. But instead of going via Concord, Norwalk and all of that area, we're going to go Springfield and what's the other one? Oh dear, Springfield and something else. Huntsville, that's the one. And there goes one of our trains, so make sure you stay tuned to jump on board one of those brand new Atlantics. Okay, so while the trains are going out and about, in fact, let me give you a bit of a look-see at what I have gone and done. So first of all, I've changed this, which was a level crossing, into a bridge. I have then got trains coming out. In fact, you can see this train here. We've got trains popping out of here, and we've got this new section along here that goes down here underneath the motorway like this. Kind of reminds me a little bit of Birmingham in the United Kingdom with Spaghetti Junction. You have railways all at the bottom of it. Then we have this split where you can go in either direction. So if we fast forward, let's find out where that train is going to go. It's going to go in that direction. So the trains will come down here, or they can come down there, in and out, and then down here they'll join onto the main line as it was before. That has not changed, apart from obviously the high-speed track that we created, and the trains get underway. Now, to accommodate this, I have had to remake this section of track as well, from there to there, so you can see that it is slightly more curved around, just so that we could fit this track here in. And also on the other side we have this, which goes into a tunnel underneath and pops out on this side, enabling us to jump trains onto these tracks and get trains off these tracks into that depot as well. So that is how this is all going. Now, I think that this makes this section the most complicated and convoluted section of track I have ever created. It does not look great, I have to admit. It does not look all too great, but it is interesting, that is for certain. So what I'm going to do now is I will go all the way along to Miami and let us wait for the first train to make its way in. So let's go over here and let's find out if anybody wants to be on this train. There are 7 for the express, just a mere 7, but there might be more. Remember, the train is brand new, so people are only just learning about it right now, and we will wait for the trains to come in before we jump on board. Right, here we go. There it is. It has arrived with just 11. I mean, the train can carry 100? There you go. The train can carry 100, but we have just 11. So let's get ourselves sort of working out where we want to be on board this train. This side, this side. I always enjoy being at a part of the train where I can see a fair amount of train. There we go. That is fairly nice. So, here we go, leaving Miami with our first stop being Springfield with 13 passengers on board. Let's see what we see. Hopefully everybody is having a lovely day, and as we are getting towards the end of this series, not Transports Fever 2 in general, just this particular series, I have been asking for comments. I have not read the comments in the last video because I'm recording this straight after the last one. Why are you here so early? We're going to have to sort out the timings for these trains. We're certainly going to have to sort out the timings for these trains. But I have not read the comments. But if you have left a comment, thank you. If you have not, this is also a chance to leave comments, giving me suggestions of final things to do before I wrap up this particular series and move on to the next one. So things that I've had in mind is perhaps expanding the highways a little bit more, maybe trying out some aircraft. I think we do have aircraft available, so perhaps trying out some aircraft or something like that, and maybe making another express route. Those are the kind of things that I've had in mind. Plus there is one freight route that I would perhaps like to finish to see what becomes of it. So that's what, 3 things for me that I have in mind, of which perhaps I'll do 2 of them. But if you have something in mind, please do let me know. So we're now heading up onto an embankment and then straight onto a bridge. In fact, there isn't much of an embankment, is there? But straight up onto a bridge that will pass right past New Orleans right there, which is kind of fitting, having bridges over New Orleans, because, well, New Orleans has a lot of bridges, being in the swamp kind of swamplands. I do like the grey, so for these I've chose these deep blue Atlantics and dark grey carriages, which do look rather nice. So there we go, we are now crossing over the motorway. There is no vehicles. There are no vehicles on that motorway. Lovely. That oil depot's not actually completely full. It's just had some stuff picked up. Great. Oil depot? It's not oil depot. Oil well. Whoa. Almost face planted these cantilever beams. Good triangulation here for this bridge. As we make our way down, we should be accelerating up to our speed of about 60 miles per hour. Top speed of this vehicle is 62 miles per hour. We should see another one of our trains. In fact, there it is, right there, passing along, which makes 4, that is something to be slightly concerned about. I think we're going to have to split these trains up a little bit more. We're going to pass through a freight yard that realistically we probably do not need this side of it, so I could go ahead and destroy that. Do you have some cars waiting for us here? How nice. And you can see some smoke in the distance from other trains. In fact, you can see a number of trains, 3 trains there right in our view. That was 2 freight trains and a passenger train. We're now going to be joining onto the main line, the west side main line, west side main line. You can see another train there. That train will have to stop for us. No, that's an express train. That's the 5th express train. Okay, so that is going to peel off in the other direction as well. And you can see Springfield ahead of us, so we are coming up to our first stop at maximum speed. Springfield itself is a rather busy town, as you've seen with all the railways, but I think that it has ended up being the main industry town of sorts, in the way that there's a lot of freight going in and out and past it, and there's a lot going on. There is the 6th train. Now, I am not sure if I do not think I've timed these all too well, but let's see what's happened. So that train literally just came out of that siding there. It's just gone from that siding. We pop up underneath everything and let's see how many passengers are waiting for us in Springfield as we enter the station at 40 miles per hour. That is actually a lot of passengers. Okay, I was not expecting that many. I think I need to use the mod. I've got one mod in here, which is the mod brings the deceleration rates down. What I need to do is I need to use that to, I think, decrease it further. 94 out of 100. Whoa. I think I need to use it to decrease it further so that we end up entering the station at about 30 miles per hour, not 40. And I think I would be a lot happier with that. It would be a lot more realistic, I think. Generally, in the United Kingdom, we tend to enter stations at no faster than 25. Unless you're on the tube, in which case they enter at full speed and then just slam on the brakes. Next stop, Huntsville. So this is a fairly open section of track. Pretty easy to get up to speed. Lots of tracks. We have 6 lines here. Well, at the moment you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But it will bring itself down to 6 lines very, very shortly. So there we go, that is now down to 7 and now 6. There you go. So that area is all very open, which is why once again I say Springfield seems to be a very, very much an industrial centre. Though there's not a lot being produced there, there's a lot of freight that passes through, there's a lot of things that just pass through that area and drop off things, and of course a lot of passengers as well. And they go on to other places, so for example near Reno, or it goes on past Huntsville or somewhere around there. And if I did manage to get the oil running in here, then that is only going to get even busier, which is going to be really awesome. Let's find out how many people are waiting at Huntsville for this train. Oh, I see people. I see a lot of people. Oh, this is a very busy station still. And there are lots of people waiting in the opposite direction. Primarily, there are people waiting to go to Newport to use, but there are a lot in the opposite direction too. And this is where it is going to get interesting, because they are going to be waiting for a long time, and we may end up with a backlog that we are trying to clear that may not be that easy to clear. Does everybody just want to get off here? Nope, about 21 people want to continue on their way to Newport News, and then we have 58. There comes one of the standard trains. At the moment, they're pretty much all the same train. How many carriages does that have? 6. Oh. There's a freight train. Those are old, they need to possibly be replaced by diesels. That is another thing that I might do, replace things with diesels. That's at least the freight trains, not the passenger. Passenger train look amazing as steam engines. Right. So we're not going to see anything along this way coming back towards us as an express train. There's another train going off in that direction. That's another pretty long train. That's stopping in traffic. So that has come all the way from the machines. No, it hasn't. Where's that come from? That has come from... I'm trying to remember. I know it goes that way and stops, but where does it come from? Stops at McAllen. It's tools or machines, I think. I think it's tools or machines, we'll have to find out. So we are not stopping at Reno, so this is one of 2 stations that we are just going to pass straight through. The other stations we literally bypass. There's more freight lines. rather busy once again. You can see trains in the distance, that's a passenger line in the distance. You can see a freight train as well. It's all very, very busy, this entire area. I think I have done fairly well on this map. It started off a little, I will admit, it started off a little bit wobbly, let's say, but I think I have done pretty well overall on this map. And once it starts adding a whole bunch of mods in, I think it's going to be a lot nicer. So there we go, that's one of the slow trains again. And at this point, I'm wondering if I will be able to accelerate fast enough to... I do wonder if I'm going to be able to catch up to that train. In fact, I am rapidly catching up to that train, and we should be able to overtake it. I'm hoping. That's the theory. In fact, yes, we should be able to, as we are still rapidly closing on it. I say rapidly, this, for a train, this is a rapid catch-up. For two trains that are actually going very fast and are of the same class and pretty much the same train. The same consist, that is. Through some of the wilderness, here we go. 57, 58, so that must be doing about 45, I'm assuming. And then that right there is one of our motorways. So that's new. Last time we went across this route, we rode a train down this route, that motorway did not exist. Goodbye. So this here did not exist, so this is all new. And it does really add to the feeling of, it just looks nice. And those are 5, definitely, I've just done a count on that. So we're doing 56 miles per hour because that is, unfortunately, the maximum speed of the stone bridges. There is a mod that changes that, remove bridge speed or something, max bridge speed, and I will be using that particular mod in the next series. You can see the freight train just popped into a tunnel and out the other side, and you can see more freight trains over there. That does look awesome. Oh no, it didn't pop into something out this other side. It's gone through the tunnel now. Lovely. There you go. Again, coming up to the station, New Haven. We are not stopping at New Haven. And now from here we're going to be bringing ourselves down to 2-track, so this is where we're really going to see if our signalling system works fairly well. So we are clear in, which is good. So that means we're clear through the station and onto the other track. And now comes the slowdown. And this is essentially our final approach into Newport News, which you can see ahead of us. Autosave has kindly paused the entire game, so that's, you can see Newport News ahead of us and now coming up on the nose of the train. You can just see it disappearing behind the nose of the train, the front of the boiler and the funnel. Over the bridge we go, down to 56 miles per hour once again. Now I am wondering if it is a good idea to have a second signal inbound as well. That might be something to consider because of this slowdown right here, where we slow down to about 35 miles per hour. You can see some tracks below us, and then it will be a rapid descent where we are going to have to hold the brakes. And welcome to Newport News, where, wow, that is busy. I was not expecting it to be that busy in Newport News. So clearly this is a very busy station now. And up to the buffers. Perfect. Let's see how many people jump on board. So that's everybody down. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, that's a full train, and we've run out. Achievements unlocked, crowd in the train. I'm assuming that's because there are 100 people on board train. I'm assuming that's because there are 100 people on board the train. So now we exit, but you can see that that train has crossed the bridge. Because it has crossed the bridge, it gives us clearance to come over this side and get onto the bridge because of that signal that's replaced. And that is why I thought that signal was really, really important. Now I am considering whether the signal in the opposite direction is also going to be likewise important, but I'm not too sure. So 100 headed to Huntsville. Interesting. Probably going to hear squeaks. Lots of squeaks. No squeaks? Oh, you're going to squeak? There comes a squeak. Okay, so that is going to give that train that's just coming into Huntsville, which is of a different line, that will give it clearance to come out of, sorry, not Huntsville, Newport's News. That is going to give it clearance to come out of Newport's News because we've crossed and cleared that block section. And I think that was really, really important. Okay. Let's continue down this way. There's one of our trains. That's our first, well, that's our second train. That was out. So that's one of the new ones. I must say the grey does look interesting. It is not as dark as I thought it would be, but I think it still works. The colour combination still does work, and I do like seeing trains look fairly nice. I do think that and the train itself, the design of the train itself, is rather important. And now this, I think, is going to get stuck in traffic. I think that train's going to get stuck in traffic. There comes another express train. This is where I think the balance is incorrect. And here we go once again, going to chase the train down. We're going to overtake it well before Reno. In fact, are we going to overtake it before we get to the bridge? We may just catch up to it before we get to the bridge. Let's move over onto this side now. Since we've had one on the opposite side, let's move to this side. Why is this rusty already? That's abysmal. Oh, we've just got up to the bridge. And there we go. Goodbye. You're a 10-wheeler, right? And this is an Atlantic. I think they're different. It looks similar, but I'm not too sure. Here comes another express train. Again, cause for concern. But let's find out. Let's watch this from another angle. Ooh, we have a... Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Pioneer Zephyr. Interesting. That's fine. Let's also do this. Manage vehicles. That. No. That. Too very high. There we go. Let's enjoy another camera angle on this. perhaps something like that. Now that's a little bit concerning. That section of motorway jutting out, I'm sure we can probably fix something there. You see that train is now, because we have similar, or trains are the same, they might be exactly the same. No, they are different. That's a 10-wheeler, this is an Atlantic, but they have the same top speed, so we end up equalising each other. There's another one. We do need to be wary of that. Oh look, the rust is gone. There we go. I do like the shine on that. Look at that. Really, really nice shine. Well done on that. Yep, great. So we're going to pass straight through Reno. And then stop at Huntsville. And I do probably need to click the train so we know how many people. There's 100 on board there, of course. We need to figure out how many are going to be on board afterwards. That's another express train coming. So these are, I think, a little bit too close to each other. Back down to 56 miles per hour. That is a little bit annoying, I have to admit. Wonder how many are on board that one. 24 only. And now you see there's your issues. So 100 on that, 74 on that, 9 on that, 24 on that, 21 on that, and 10 on that. Because, and all of that is because we have a very unbalanced setup. Case in point, right there. Let's fast forward this a little bit and let's see if we can balance this out somehow. How am I going to balance this out? I've got to think about this. So what we'll do is let's follow this train in there, and we will balance out the next trains as they come along. So that's still got 100. Are you the next one or are you the slow one? You're the slow train with 95 on board. What do you have? Nothing. Of course you're going back. It is tools. How's this going to work for you? 95. How many do you pick up? 69 of 95. That is not too bad. Here comes the fast train. Right, you need to stop once you pick up your passengers. You've already stopped in Springfield, but that's fine. I'm going to give this pick up what you need to pick up, which is going to be 100, and then stop there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I'm thinking 15, 12, 13, 14. In fact, once this peels off, there it goes. Now you leave. Off you go. Now I'm going to watch that one. Get rid of this one. Watch this one. And the next one coming in is going to wait until this one peels off. Which is you, isn't it? This is you. So we need to try and balance all of this properly. And if we can get this balanced, that is going to help a huge amount, not only on profits, but just to ensure that the line does not get too busy in one side or another. Right, pick up what you need to pick up, which is 100, and stop. Now we are going to have to wait a fair amount of time for this one, but that is a good thing. So I think this is something that I did too little of early on, and that is what caused some issues. But let's get it right for this one. So again, once it peels off, that is when it's going to be going. So you can see that the second and third train were a lot closer together. than the first ones. There it goes, and now you may depart. So now we'll catch this one. And the same concept will apply. We're going to wait until this is well clear of Springfield, and then we'll see where it goes. So you are my next train to stop. Again, these have 100 passengers on board, so that's absolutely fine. I keep dropping my water bottle. Oh boy, right. And pick up your 100 and stop. So that was slightly further back, because I think that's because that's probably got held at a signal because I was holding this one, I think. But that's absolutely fine, once again. That is what I needed to do. These guys are probably laughing, thinking, look at this, they've had to hold this train up, how silly. Okay, and I think it's almost time to get this one running, and there we go, off you go. And I'll watch you, and let's look for the next one. It's turning out to be a very busy city, very busy station. Another 160, there's... Aha! And that train is back already. That is what I was after. That is exactly what I was after. So now the trains are pretty much as balanced as I can get them to be. Pick up your 100 and now just stop and wait. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can get this any more balanced than I have now. How many trains did I manage there? I think, was that all 6 that I did? We'll find out. We will find out. Go on, peel off, peel off. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, peel. There it goes. And then you can be on your merry way. Go on, off you trot. And there we have it. That should, in theory... Oh no, wait, there's one more. There is one more train. Now, in order to figure this out, where is the other one? There's the express. Okay. I need to check out where's Springfield. And you stop right there. Right, and now I need to check where that express train is. I'm assuming that express train should be... Where is it? Is this it? It is. It is exactly where I want it to be. That has actually worked out. That has worked out exactly as I wanted it to do. 3, 2, 1, and peel over. There you go, and you may continue. So now that one's on its way, and this one is already on its way back towards Huntsville. That is fairly okay. It isn't perfect, that's for sure. But look, we have 81, we have 20 going that direction, and look, that train's arrived with 100. And let's find out how many of them it leaves with 62 going back. That is not too bad. 86 wanted to go in that direction. By the time the train arrives, there's probably going to be 100 there. Let's take a look at Springfield and how that is coping. 30 to go in the Huntsville direction, 116 going to Miami. That's now a full train. Now we should have a train coming back in. There it is. Perfect timing, thank you. So these ones, as you can see, the difference between these is also white top and grey top trains. They're very similar in size. They are very, very similar in size. That's pretty cool. Let me get a photo of that. I would like the photo as you guys are underneath the bridge. There you go. That's where I would like the photo. I would also like it to be on a 55mm camera or 55mm lens. Like that. That's pretty nice, I think. So that can be a screenshot. That's actually really awesome. These two are going to... So let's have a look at which one manages to get going first. So you can see the Atlantic just has that little bit more pull. Now, interestingly enough, let's find out if it is because of the number of passengers. 56 of 95, 71 of 100. So slightly different carriages as well. These are slightly older carriages, these are slightly newer carriages. So actually the trains are a little bit different. That's still pretty nice though. And it shows that the express train just has that slight amount more pull. Not a lot, just a little. Right, how many are you carrying? 100 as expected. And now let's find out how many go from here. 39, 40. Interesting. And oddly enough, this one managed to go first. So this is once again going to be a matter of, there you go, that slight extra pull from the Atlantic. Just that slight amount of extra pull from the Atlantic is what gives us the ability to manage this. I need more. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. That's a lot that's just appeared. Douglas DC-3. I did say I wanted to do something with planes. I need to take a few of these photos. But I think that overall that is a pretty nice place to perhaps end this video. So, in fact, let's go for maybe 135. No, not 135. 85 will do. I would have liked maybe a 100. That would have been interesting. But there we go. So I think this is a good time to end this video. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button if you like this video. Subscribe to the channel for more videos on Transport Fever 2 as we come to the close of this first series. Leave a comment in the comments box below letting me know what you think. If you can do so, please do consider supporting me on Patreon, www.patreon.com/ecgadget. Your support would be massively appreciated. It would really help me out. And also, you can find me on social media at ecgadgetslp for both Twitter and Instagram. Hey, look at that. The passengers have just emptied out. That is all from me, and I will see you next time in Transport Fever 2, where I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do, but I'm sure I'm going to get on with something. So make sure you stay tuned for... I suppose make sure you just stay tuned for something. I'll see you then.